I didn't end up just going ahead. It was already half an hour long, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the head as a separate part. So the second part of this series was his head crest, which took forever, but it turned out great. So this part, we're going to do his jaw, and we're going to put those parts together. The jaw, this, and the top of his head, because it's actually 3 parts. Jaw, the crest, the jaw, and then the top of his head. And his little tongue, arr, which is actually part of his jaw. So, let's see. He's not going to stand up. Oh well, whatever. Get out of my way. Okay, so here we're going to do his jaw. And on this one, I made a purple jaw. So on this one, I'm going to do green. Because, like I said, some pictures, he's all purple. And then other pictures of him standing next to Volka, he's got a green jaw. So we're going to do teal for his jaw this time. So it's going to look a little different, which is fine by me. So we're going to need teal, and you're going to need white for his teeth, and pink for his tongue, but you don't need very much. I usually use the magenta pink. I call it bubblegum pink. This is more of a cotton candy pink. This one is like more like bubblegum. But I don't have the bubblegum upstairs with me, so we're going to use cotton candy pink. I don't know what Rainbow Loom calls this. This might not even be Rainbow Loom color. Who knows? It's been so long since I've used it. Okay, so white for his teeth. We don't need that right away. Okay, so let's see. We want a loom like this. And this is only going to be 5 wide, so you can take off this, this is backwards on my chart. Okay, so we're going to take off this row, because we want it to be down, up, down, up, down. So nice little 2 little side-by-side arrows. The arrows are pointing towards us. I am confusing myself so much. Okay, so teal. The middle parts are going to be doubled 2 bands. So we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this one's going to be 7 down. And you can tell it's 7 because it's 1 lower. It's 1 peg lower. And this one's 7. Whoop, whoop. Playing a little game of ring toss. That's okay. I found a black band in my bag once that had like a little swollen part in the band, and there was actually a little piece of a different color like melted into it. It was kind of cool. And then I found like big chunks of rubber that are the color of my band, whatever band it is. I think it was the mango color from the Rainbow Loom website. It was like a big chunk of rubber. It was pretty cool. I kept it. I still have it in my box somewhere. Okay, and then need more. Oh, I hope I don't run out. I think I have more downstairs. So then it's going to be 2 bands at an angle here, and 2 bands at an angle here. Now this is the exact same jaw of the bone napper that Courtney does. I'm just changing the color and I'm giving him more teeth. The bone napper only has 2 big teeth, like right here. But this guy's gonna have teeth all the way around. Okay, so now we're going to double our teals, and we're gonna go and we're gonna stop at this peg. I don't know how many that is. 2, 3, 4. Safety dance. Okay. And then there's going to be a doubled band that goes from here to here. So if we want to, whoops, it fell off. One end fell off. Okay. So then we're going to do that same thing down this other side and stop at this peg. We can dance. Here's a funny, oh, it came apart. Thought I had another funny melted band. Where they're not cut all the way or something. Okay, so there's doubled, and then we're gonna double a band and put it here. And then we're going to put a double band that goes across these 2 pegs. Okay, so there is our outline for his jaw. And these being doubled makes it a little tighter, so it gives it like this curve. So it's like a bubble. If you squeeze his cheeks, he opens his mouth. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do our horizontal bands. So we're going to do our triangles. Oops. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I go back and forth. Like I go in a zigzag back and forth. Because if you just go, I'm going to go all the way down, and then I'm going to go all the way down, then you get this weird seam in the middle where they stack funny. So this is my number 2. And then since I put that one on top that time, it's going to go on the bottom this time. And most things I say, I don't know if it really matters, but this really matters. It makes a big difference. E-T-Y, safety dance. Okay, now we're gonna make how many teeth? I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teeth, which is always super fun. You're gonna need a handful of white, and you're gonna need your little tooth maker. Are falling asleep and I can't move because there's nowhere to put my legs. Okay. Oh, can't kick it. Okay, so cap it off 1, 2, 3 times around so you get 4 loops. And I think I do how many? 1, 2, 3 doubled whites. So you're gonna need a decent amount of white. 2. If you want, you can make these glow in the dark white. 3. And we need 9 of those. If you do glow in the dark, it'd be kind of cool because you'd see his little teeth in the dark. Okay, I'm gonna keep making these and then come back. So go ahead, pause the video, and make your 9 teeth. because I don't want to sit here. You don't want to sit here and watch me make them. So come back when you make 9 teeth, and I'll come back too. Here's number 9. Whoops. It's because I turned the camera back on. And number 9. Whoa. Seriously? I can't believe it. I didn't have any trouble until I turned that camera back on. Okay. So, now we can put our white away. Okay. Now we're going to do these as we loom. That way they stick up. So the first one's going to go on here and be our cat band. And then we're going to go ahead and loom that up. Then we're going to put... How did I do that? I guess I put one on each of these. See, I took pictures as I went with the Hobblegrunt, but I didn't actually take pictures of this part because I figured, oh, it's the same as the other one. Okay, so this one, we need to pull this one over. So you gotta make sure you get that one and not those horizontal bands that are in this middle part. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this hook since it's got my teeth on it. So one goes there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one up. Do the same thing on this side. We want this one over here. So you're gonna pull on your little tooth. Make sure you get those 2 bands. You know you got the right ones when you get the little teardrop. I'm going to go ahead and pull these up just so I don't forget to do them later. We're going to put a tooth on each of these guys. I'm going to point the hook towards me because that seems to be how it's easier to get it off. Push down so you give yourself some space. I'm just mumbling now, mumble mumble. And now we can pull this one, go all the way down. This one, so go all the way down. And my brand just broke because I wasn't using my rainbow loom. That's a double band, so we got to replace it. If any of these guys on the edge break, you got to replace them. It's kind of simple. I got to put this one here. Stretch that back so it's a triangle. I'm going to grab my hook now, since now I've proven that's why you need a metal rainbow loom hook. And now we can pull it there. There we go. Okay. That one's got both of them, right? I didn't break that one. Okay. Whew. Now we're going to load up the last 4 onto our hook, and we're just not going to use this hook. I thought I could just use it. Get it over quick, but I was wrong. One. And get that one. And that one. And the last one. If you can take these off your hook, and as long as you don't mess with them, like play with them, they'll stay so you can get the hook back through. Okay, so we're gonna put a tooth on each of these, and then there'll be one on each of these. So, one here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Whoop. Whoop. Gotta make sure you get all of them on there. Okay. Whoa. Now we're gonna loom this band. Ooh, that's tight. If you use your fingers, you should be good. You should be able to do it without breaking any other bands. Okay, push those down so there's room for the little teeth. Now we're gonna put our last 2 teeth on. Except, again, my other leg's going to sleep now. My beanbag chair is moved. I have to put it back. But I think I'll do that between videos. Okay, now we can go ahead and loom all the way up and over. I hope this is right. Seems like this is really long. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, backwards. Okay, then the last 2. And we can go up these. I think it's almost time for Walk Like an Egyptian if I didn't already miss it. Okay. We can go all the way up to these pegs. I'm thirsty. Okay, and then this row. Then we have to make our little tongue. We're gonna go up to this peg. So we're gonna have 1 left. So we're gonna stop here. Because that's where our little tongue goes. Oops. Gotta push down. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, stop there. Now we have to make a tongue. What did I do? I did 3. Okay. So we're gonna cap it. 1, 2, 3. This is gonna look weird with these pink. And then we're gonna do a 3 doubled. Sure. I didn't knock the camera out of range. 2. I don't know if these will last, since I don't think they're rainbow loom. So, well, it's just a tongue. If it breaks, it breaks. It already kind of looks like it doesn't want to. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go down and get my other pink bands, because I don't think these are going to work. I'll be right back. Yes, these bands definitely work better. So, this is like my bubblegum pink. Or, no. This is like cotton candy pink. This is like bubblegum pink. So that's what the color difference is. I'm completely sure now that these are not rainbowing, because they do not seem like they're stretching right or something. They look like they're already starting to split, and all I did was double them. So those are trash. Those will just be tie-off bands from now on. What? Broken band in there? Okay, but we don't need very much. So, here we go. Cap it off. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 3 doubled bands. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 bands and 2 bands. Now we're going to put that right there where we stopped looming. It doesn't really matter which direction you have it. And then we can loom that last peg. There we go. And then see, that will pop up like that when we pull it off. So now we have to tie off these 3 ends. Now these have 8 bands on them, so you gotta make sure you get them all. I'm gonna use orange to tie these off. Not that it really matters. But these orange bands, I kind of miss my orange bands. So there's one. And then this one. Whoop. Make sure you don't get any of those green ones in there. And then the last one. Okay. Now we can pull these off. I'm gonna use my pull-off hook, which is the only thing I use it for. Okay. And your loom will probably want to pull apart. You gotta remember, these side pieces are doubled bands. They're tight. And hopefully you didn't break any of those when you pulled it off, because if you did, you gotta start all over. So, there's his little jaw. And then his little tongue. Okay. So, there's all his little teeth. And then his head crest, which is this one, is gonna go behind his head. So now, this part is not complicated, it's just hard to do. Because you've got this much peg, and you've got to get these 2 things on there, plus we're going to build the top of his head while these are on here. Well, we're going to build the top of his head while this is on here. And then we're going to put that on top of it. So, it's really hard to do, but it's not complicated. Now I have to put these somewhere so I don't lose them. I guess they'll go over here with my black bands. Okay. So, here's my little chart for the top of his head, so we can make sure we get this right. Okay, so it's gonna go in this little arrow. So 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. His neck is gonna be purple. His neck is purple. Put those over there. Grab some purple. So the first one we do is going to be 3, and that's for 2 reasons. It's going to be because this is like the first part of his neck, but also we're going to do 3. That way, if when we pull it and one breaks, you still have 2 other ones, because you don't want to have to redo this. And then we're going to do 2 here. And then we're going to do that long stretch again. So it's going to be at an angle, but it's not going to be from here to here. It's going to be from here all the way to this one. Like that. Long stretch. And then we're going to do another one of those. Long stretch. And we're going to push these guys down as far as we can. Because we have to put this crest in here. And this is the bottom. So we want this crest to be, when it's on his head, to be curved like this. So we're gonna put it on and we're gonna shove it down in here as best we can. So we're gonna get these 3, oops, wrong end. These 2. And these 2. You gotta make sure you get them all on. Okay. Now, we're going to kind of curl this up as best we can and shove it down in there. As far as we can get it down. Now, we're going to build the top of his head. So this is going to be this part, which is what we're making right now. And that's going to go over the top of this. That goes right. Yeah. Okay. So, now we're going to do purple, because the top of his head, even in the pictures where his bottom jaw is green, the top is still purple, I think. But, whatever. If it isn't, it's still going to look good. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, and it's going to go over that. I'm going to take these two off because I keep trying to pop up anyway. Okay, so 1 goes from here to here. You can't really see it, but it's there. And then what did I say? I already forgot. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, and you got to make sure that stays on there. So push that down as much as you can. 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do 4 down on the sides. And again, it's got to go up over this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to need some black. Black. And, whoop, got those little guys. Put it over here. We need just 2. We need 2 black. So, 2 black. These are going to be his little nostrils. So what we're going to do is we're going to cap it 1, 2, 3 times around, so there's 4 loops. We're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to take 2 purple and we're going to pull one of those on there, and it goes from here to here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. 2 purple, pull that on, from there to there. So there's his little nostrils. Okay, we're going to cap this off. So 1, 2, 3 times around. Okay, now we're going to make his little horn on his nose, which I did orange. We need 3 orange. So cap. 1, 2, 3. Then a double orange. And a double orange. And then what I do? 2 purple. And slide those on. This one is actually going to go on when we loom, but now we have it made. So if you just leave it, it'll stay. Now his eyes, you're going to need white. You're going to need 6 white. Because poor Gruff is blind. So he's got white eyes because he's blind. So we're going to do the eye thing. We're going to do, it would normally be color, black, color. But he's blind, so it's white 3 times around, white 3 times around, and white 3 times around. So like that would normally be like yellow, black, yellow, but it's white, white, white. Now we're going to take that, we're going to double a purple, pull all 3 of those on. You might have to use your pinky so you got room. So 1, 2, 3 blobs, and put that back on your hook. So you got a little bent shape, I guess. And then we're gonna take a double band and slide all of those, or both those purple ends, onto this doubled. And then that is gonna go from here, oops, from here to here. And we're gonna push that down. And the other one I did his eyes forward and his nose horn back here, but I'm gonna do the nose horn front and then the eyes back a little farther this time. See how it looks. So we gotta do that again. 1, 2, 3, white. 1, 2, 3 of white, and 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna double band. Pull all 3 of those on there. 1, 2, 3. And then put that back. So we've got our little bent shape. And I need one more. Might as well grab a bunch. One more doubled purple. Whoops. Doubled purple. And pull this doubled purple onto that. And then we're going to go middle peg to this right peg. And push the eyeball down. Because this is his bottom, the bottom of the top of his head. If that makes sense. Now we have to do our horizontal bands. See if you can push that down anymore, which you can't. And we need one from here to here. Well, 2 bands and a triangle. From here to here. From here to here. Which I don't think we really actually need that one, but it's there anyway. And then one last one here to here. We're not going to put it on here because this is where the bottom of his jaw is going. So we're going to go ahead and loom. You want to go under your cap band and get whichever nostril side is on top, which is this one for me. So under the cap band, grab those 2, hold the cap band with your fingernail, and go around. And then you want to grab your other nostril one, go, and then we're going to pull this one up. And now we're going to put our nose band on there, or our nose horn, I mean. Oh shoot, this is the bottom. I said it how many times? So we're gonna have to take that off of our hook. We're gonna have to pull these guys that we just loomed up. Pull it off. We gotta put this on first. Or it's gonna go into his mouth. So push it down. Now we can put these guys back on. There. That was a close one. Now, that horizontal band back up. Now we can loom up to these 3 pegs. It's gonna be tough. We'll just stop here and then I'll show you. It's gonna be tough. So 1 there, 1 there. You want to make sure you don't get your eye bands on this one. You're gonna get the bottom 2 purples. And then you're gonna go to this one. And then this one, you've got to get it on here and then like push down. So get the bottom 2 there. And you kind of like push it down a little bit. This one I'm going to wait until the last second to do. So we're going to go up this one and stop here. And now we got to make sure we don't get that. We got to make sure we don't get that horn band. So kind of pull it back. And then you can't get these eye bands. You gotta get the bottom 2. Whoops, I only got 1. There we go. And then this one. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. This one might stay on now, but we gotta get these top two that are kind of curved around here. Swell passage. And then push those down. Okay, and then go up to this one and stop. Courtney did this and she said how frustrating it was, and I didn't believe her. You'll see. You'll see. And ours is even harder because hers is just a little thing and our crest is pretty big. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do one side, loom it quick. Maybe closer. It's nice having this beanbag chair to sit in, but I feel like I'm a mile away from my project. Okay. So, you gotta put your teeth down. You gotta make sure you get all of these bands. So it's 2 green that are at an angle, then 4 main ones, and then 2. And then if you pull with your hook, you can see that you got all the way through. So we're gonna shove this on here. I'm leaving these tie bands on because you don't want to lose these guys. So we're gonna put it on, get our hook out, and see how it wants to pop off. We gotta grab this band, which is tough. You gotta turn your loom and make sure you get those bottom 2, but you don't want any of your crest bands. Oh man, this is the tough part. There. And we wanna, it looks like they're popping off, but as long as they, and it's really tight. So put your hook in. I use this hook, put it in, and pull. And then you can pull this band at the same time. And hopefully that's stretched enough, but it's not gonna break. Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. Whew. Now, we have to do this side, and we're gonna do this middle one last. So you wanna make sure you get all these bands. And you check by pulling. Yep, we got them all. Put them on the right peg. Let your hook off. And then same thing, you gotta look down the side and make sure you get those bottom 2. And that one went much easier. Okay, whoosh. Now, pull on your little tongue so it's in his mouth. It wants to come to the end. Now, this one only has, whoops, 2. So it's easier to see that you got them all. But it's harder to see where those bottom 2 bands are. Oh man, it's tough. I think that's them. Oh boy, I hope that's them. Hold on. I don't think it is. I don't think I got the right ones. Shoot. Okay. See, this is the hard. See, it's not complicated. It's just hard. Ugh. Now I gotta pull. Oh my God. Imagination. Oh man, I can't tell. And you don't want to pull it off and have to redo everything. Hold on, let me see if I can figure this out. I'll be right back. I had grabbed the wrong ones, so I'm gonna have one band that's all stretched out and I don't know where it's from. Who knows? So now I've got the right one. See, I can see the teardrop on both sides. Now we can grab these 3 bands, because this one's 3, and pull it up. And it doesn't want to pull either because there's so many bands on here. So I'm gonna hold it with my fingers And swizzle my hook around a little bit. There we go. Whew. Okay, I'm going to tie that off. And we're going to pull them off and see if we did it. This one is going to need help. And these three are going to need help getting off of the loom. I imagine I pulled on part of the crest. Okay. Oh man. I really hope this worked. Everybody pray. Okay, before I flip him, what do you think? You think it worked? Let's see. Something is wrong. I forgot to put this back on there to fix when I fixed that. But this is easily fixed. Oh, I grabbed the horizontal band. That's all it was. Well, this is easily fixed. I say, and I don't really mean it. Basically, I pulled that off to try to figure out which band I was pulling, and I forgot to put it back on. So this purple band here has to go through these two. Have to go through here. I'm going to do it while I have the tie bands on. See, I made a mistake. Whoop. Might actually benefit me to leave that there. And then I'm going to cheat. Now, hopefully, if I do this, when I pull this off, I can just pull that through. Oh, no, it's not. No, I'm an idiot. Obviously. Well, you see what I mean. I just have to pull this band through here, and then I have to pull these three through that one. So, there you go. There is his funny little head. But it will look better once I fix him. And it looks nice with the nose horn in front of the eyes instead of behind. So, this is what he's going to look like. Seems like his head isn't long enough, but there we go. So once you pull him off, his little crest unrolls, and you can mess with his teeth to get them so they look like teeth and not weird growths. So there's his head, and this is going to be where his neck attaches. So there we go. That was the hardest part of this dragon. You thought everything else was hard. This is the beast right here. But he turns out good. So hopefully you guys don't have as much trouble as I just had. I don't think I had that much trouble the first time. So, hope you make his head and it turns out right. And if it doesn't, that's why we leave the tie-off bands on. So if you have to start over, at least you didn't lose all your ends. So, there you go. Finish this part and then move on to the next part. Yes, I am going to do the whole dragon for you. So, there we go.